talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about rumors. Let's talk about facts.
We gon' talk about life. We gon' talk about it. Romance, finances, generational wealth.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Let's Talk. Oh, no. Hi, my name is Marsha E. Dudley.
And I'm Etoya Lewis.
And welcome to
Let's Talk About It.
I'm telling y'all, this week has been so crazy.
So crazy.
So I'm like all over the place. So I thank God that time we get on here, at least 3 people are.
Because we didn't post saying that we were coming.
Our faithful people. Oh, look at them.
Come on in.
So y'all, tonight or today, we are going to be talking about mental health because May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to make sure that, you know, we had a discussion about this. So let's start,
Okay.
shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay, so when we were when I did my research about mental health, I came across first and foremost, I think that we should know what mental health is, and after knowing what it is, like the warning signs and symptoms and like that.
Okay.
So
We'll go for
it. So let me just get this little good definition for you.
Well, I just want to say while you're looking that up,
Mhm.
that mental health plagues our community. And for whatever reason, we look at it as a negative thing.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so tell us about mental health.
So mental health. Mental health is a person's condition with regard to their psychological or emotional well-being. Just meaning that there sometimes with mental health, it can be an imbalance in hormones. It could be genetic. There's a lot of different things. And so because this is Mental Health Awareness Month, and as Toya said, mental health actually does plague our community, and a lot of times it's overlooked, and we use things like, oh, you know, he just crazy.
You know, he's special.
He
He touched. We
Yes,
didn't practice that.
I
We
promise
don't
we didn't.
practice talking together,
At
but
all.
we always do it. So
At
pay
all.
us no mind, okay?
So that is a big thing about we make excuses or we laugh it off and we don't take it serious. And I think that a lot of the people that have been murdered or been killed or whatever in that we know about, a lot of them suffered from mental health, and
Mhm.
they thought that maybe they were just high on drugs or something like that. So again, tonight I think we need to knock down that stereotype and make people because like we were saying, it plagues our community, and a lot of our, especially our Black men, they don't want to get the help because
It's a sign of weakness for them.
yeah,
And of course, with most men, you know, they're going to be in denial about what's going on with them.
mm-hmm.
And if they show weakness,
Mhm.
then that gives other people the opportunity to sneak in and do whatever.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So now they're paranoid about
Yeah.
stuff. Mm-hmm.
And I think the other thing, I believe that women, we talk so much,
Yeah.
you know, and I think for a man, they were told, oh, you need to be a man, you know, you need to hide your feelings, you need to hide your emotions.
The same thing with crying. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I think that's the root of it, is because Black men don't have an outlet. They have to be tough all the time.
Like Carlos used to say, fix your face.
Oh yeah, he told. Oh yeah.
Okay, he also just said something on here, you guys. He said most people who suffer from some type of mental health have perfected the art of covering it up. I call it an invisible monster.
I like
It
that.
is.
I like that a lot because that's exactly what it is, an invisible monster.
Somebody, is that how men sound, Marsha?
You know, y'all got like a deep voice and they tell them to man up, fix it. Yeah, fix it. So I just I want to hear from like Carlos, like you just said, do you feel like because you're a male and I, like I said, it plagues the male more than it does the female. And do you think, men, do you think that um you have a harder time that you were taught to cover it up, like you said, cover it up, don't show anything,
Express.
don't express, um and is some of it fear? So I'd like to know.
I used to watch A Million Little Things. I don't know if anybody ever
Is it a
watched
movie?
it. It's a show.
Oh.
It's a show. And when it started off with the guy killing himself. He jumped. He had money. Like, I didn't understand. You know, they were still the friends. So it came around the friends
Mhm.
of the guy who killed himself.
Mhm.
And I don't know what this actor's name is, but he played in The Best Man. Not The Best Man. Think Like a Man. The black guy with the bald head that was with Megan Good. I can't think of his name. Anyway, so he also suffered from like depression and all kinds of little mental things. And he found out that his dad also suffered from it, but his dad would never say anything. When he received the call about his friend killing himself, he was getting ready to kill himself. He had a handful of pills, and the phone rang. It scared him, and the pills fell out his hand.
And what is it called?
A Million Little Things.
Oh, it's a million little pieces.
Yeah, A Million Little. It's a show that usually comes on Thursday. Well, it started off all kind. Anyway, so it is something that can be inherited.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all ever pay attention when you go to a doctor, but they ask you these questions. Did you have a history of mental
Mhm.
illness?
Mhm. I know when I was pregnant, that's the one thing that they kept asking me. And then after I had Gianna, every time I went to the doctor, it was like, how are you doing? Do you feel sad? Do you feel depressed? Do you still love your baby? All those type of good things.
Yeah, but you know, with that too, because postpartum depression
Mhm.
is so. And considering you
Postpartum
had
depression.
you had
Don't
what?
don't don't, no ma'am. No ma'am, you will not say that on here.
Oh my
no,
God,
ma'am.
Marsha is so funny.
Mm-mm. No, we're not doing that.
Well, Keita had.
Yeah, you better say Keita had.
Well, we're gonna leave that alone.
Mm.
But so that is a concern. That's one of the things that they have on the check to ensure that they ask about.
Mm-hmm.
I had postpartum depression.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
But
With what's it with the killer? I think it was with Ivan. I was having horrible dreams of doing stuff to my child.
were you?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I didn't want to be with him. Like it was horrible.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it didn't last a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. And you probably felt all kinds of ways. Just
Keita gave us the eyes. I won't lie. I went years suffering from my own issues with mental health because I did believe that it was a sign of weakness.
Oh, my glasses.
I had to make sure that he did say I did and it didn't say didn't. Because I do that. Like sometimes I start reading so fast that I'm like, oh, that's not what that said. I just made up my own words to what they were getting ready to say. You know, I like to do that. Let me finish your sentence, please. Well, I'm glad you got the help that you needed.
But what
and
he,
still getting the help that you need if you did. I
Yeah.
think you did. I would assume that you did.
Jesus.
What?
Nothing. So, but what he just said, I think is so true. A lot of men think that it's a sign of weakness, and that I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, like, I think back over my childhood. My dad was really one of those guys. You a man. You don't do that. Boys don't cry. All that type of stuff, and it sets our men up for failure when
Where
you do
does that come from? How is it embedded in us? Where did it begin?
What, slavery?
You think because they tried very hard not to cry when they were being beaten, and
Yeah, don't let master break you.
yeah, that
I could see that.
I can
Or
see that too.
or you already been you getting beat in front of your woman and doing this or whatever. Yeah,
Dehumanized.
so the last thing they got is your tears.
It was something about dehumanization that I was going to read. Okay. It says overall, mental health conditions occur in Black and African American people in America at about the same or less frequency than in white Americans. However, the historical Black and African American experience in America has and continues to be characterized by trauma and violence more often than for their white counterparts, and impacts emotional and mental health of both youth and adults. Prime example, the whole George Floyd thing, where the entire world watched this man die, and there was nothing anybody could really do about it.
Yeah.
So it takes away anything. Like the guy was crying because he said there was nothing he could. The older guy he was like, there was nothing I could do. And because they take your power. And
he dehumanized George Floyd. He sat down on his neck and with his hands in his pocket and looked around. And then, like I said, I get it that they were like, well, he was high, whatever. They also said that he suffered some mental health issues as well.
Well, he was saying that he was claustrophobic, so that's a part of mental health, too.
Yeah.
So once that has been identified, and they say, oh, people say stuff like that all the time. Okay, so what do? You put them in situations where they're going to panic and have a whole panic attack? That makes no sense. It also says historical dehumanization, oppression, and violence against Black and African American people has evolved into present day racism, structural, institutional, and individual, and cultivates a uniquely mistrustful and less affluent community experience, characterized by a lot of disparities, including inadequate access to and delivery of care in the health system.
Because a lot of times,
didn't we just have a conversation about, like, what's that us? About like the health system and not having the doctors we need, or the African American doctors that we need in different positions. I feel like I was just talking to somebody about it.
We did talk about something like that a long time ago though. But
maybe it was Sharita.
Somebody just said they don't believe what you said. Who was that?
Okay, let me go back. I gotta go out and come back in. Carlos says, I don't believe that because it's like that amongst all races of men.
Well, that's what that thing just said. It just said that we don't get the proper care that we should.
Well, I think they were saying like there are already so many psychological things. This is what I got from what I read. I don't know. That's what they were saying, but you know how people interpret stuff. So what I got from it is that we experience so many psychological. Just imagine if you're driving and the lights come on behind you.
Oh yeah.
Psychologically, your mind just goes against everything that you would normally do because you don't know if they get ready to stop you. You don't know if this is going to be the last thing that you see or say.
Yeah.
That's so the psychological damage that we as African Americans have, it definitely outweighs the psychological. Because if I get stopped, I'm not going to be, oh, I know you didn't stop me because da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Because we don't do that.
I ain't doing none of that.
We're too afraid to say, well, I know the law. Because knowing the law can get you killed.
Yeah.
But a white person can say it
Mm-hmm.
and they can go home to their loved ones. We
Yeah.
may not make it home to our loved ones. We may end up in jail for days waiting for somebody to, and if we don't have the bail money, then we definitely not getting out. I'm just saying, our circumstances are 9 times out of 10 different.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't say 10 times out of 10, but you may have somebody who in a good mood that day that you didn't piss off when they walked up to the door and asked,
listen.
why did you stop me? No.
I ain't, when I get stopped, or when I get stopped, I don't want to say that because I don't need nobody stopping me. But in the past, when I have gotten stopped, I throw my hands on that good old steering wheel. Yes, sir. No, sir. All that. I turn into
all your good manners, everything.
I'm telling you.
But for Black men, they can be as pleasant as they possibly can and still may be looked at as a threat.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was, I think maybe a year or two, there was a sick man. He had some mental issues, and he was playing with a stick or something, and the cop shot him, and everybody was just like, if he was unarmed, you could tell, and the way he was acting, playing and saying no, acting really childish, and that cop ended up shooting him. Thank God he didn't die. But what we talked about the other day, I believe that there has to be like some training for police officers that can recognize the symptoms of mental health. There's a difference between being high and having mental issues, even though you can't tell at that time. But my thing is, I would approach it the same, because apparently they're not in their right mind.
Okay, Carlos says, most men of all races share or have similarities on this topic. I believe that. That doesn't. Okay. I believe testosterone and hormones play a big part.
Yes.
That's where anger and aggression come from.
Yes.
And if we don't have an avenue to release or know how to relieve these pressures, they 9 times out of 10 lead to negative actions.
Let me tell you, what he just said is the truth. So I was talking to a friend of mine today, a male friend, and that's exactly what he was talking about, that especially when men start getting lower testosterone and different stuff like that, you would think that if they had too much testosterone, they'd be just too much. But as they get older and their testosterone levels start to go down, they start getting moody and all that type of stuff. They basically be having
menopause.
Yeah.
Menopause. I'm laughing, but this is serious.
Yes.
Yes, we give disclaimers all the time. We gonna laugh because we got to stay nice and cute, and laughter does that. So just so y'all know.
But men, we go through menopause. They do too, and they just is worse. So
okay, I mean, I buy what he's selling.
I totally buy it.
I buy what he's selling, but it still goes back to, you can't let your mood when stopped by a police officer have you not come home ever again.
Yeah. And
that plays to your psyche.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was trying to get at.
I agree.
I feel like
I agree.
Maybe that was lost. I don't know.
No. And I think that if you see that there is something wrong with you, you should go get some help.
You should.
I don't, this whole thing, this stigma about Black men don't do this. We don't go see psychiatrists. We don't do that. Look, we got to get out of that stuff, because look, where has it gotten us? We are so behind other races because of our stupid sayings and our dumb beliefs. And it irritates me when people talk about, oh no, I ain't going to see no therapist, no psychologist.
And having an occupation as a therapist, like, you're looked at differently.
Yeah.
And it's not enough of us out there taking care of us.
Yeah.
We can't take care of each other because of the psychological warfare that has been
Yeah.
hammered into us.
Yeah. I'll tell anybody. Me going and I went and sat on somebody's chair. Going when I went and sat in somebody's chair and just talked all my feelings out, it was probably the best thing that I ever did in my life because I was carrying so much stuff on the inside of me that was destroying my life. And as soon as I got that release, it's like my whole entire life changed. So, we just got to get out of this mindset of, oh, they just crazy. Oh, we black people don't see psychiatrists. Black people don't do this. Black people don't do that. Black people been in the same place for ever since we got out of slavery. You would think that we would be far more advanced and far more ahead, but we're not. And it's our mind and our beliefs that are keeping us right where we're at.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. It is.
That's just my 2 cents.
Well, you're correct. Okay. David says much of that mindset comes from our socialization or social circles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It does play a part. But what happens when you are in a pretty good social circle but your mind is still back where you came from,
Mm-hmm.
or kind of trapped into the whole stereotype of you can't have problems.
Yeah.
You can't be sad.
Yeah.
What happens if you're making the money that you need to, you have the job, like when everything else is good within your life, but you cannot shake the depression or you cannot shake whatever the mental problem is.
Yeah.
So yeah, your social circle does play a big part.
And I believe that, okay, so our social circle, and that means pretty much a lot of people that's in this group, our social circle is way different than we're only the 1%, 2%, 3%. There's still a big gap in between our mindset and other people's mindset. There are fewer people like us that run in a social circle that would pull your tail and say, "Hey, girl, something wrong with you. You don't want to go see that doctor." Or I just don't think that we as a community, we cover up too much.
No, I'm about to get to it. I was waiting for Marsha to finish. Okay, calm down. Okay, so Carlos says some people are afraid that it will affect their positions or perhaps stagnate them from getting promoted in their career fields. But when you go seek counseling, your job doesn't know about it.
Mm-mm. Nobody can know about it at all.
I mean, unless you're speaking about military. Now, if you speaking about military, they're going to know.
Yeah.
Because you got to tell them where you're going. You got to get that profile. So, no, I wasn't skipping your comment, Mr. Lewis. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I have to ask a question. So you said, let's say that you're in the military. You can't go to a mental health provider outside the base?
Yeah. You got to get a referral.
I wouldn't even. I pay cash.
Or you just pay for it yourself.
Uh-huh.
See that we don't do that. The way my pocket's set up, not if I can get it for free. My work ethic should speak for itself.
Because I don't want anybody in the military thinking that the ones that are still left in there, that they can't go and get some help if they need to, that they're going to.
Yeah, but they tell you to go get help. They tell you that, right? But at the same time, sometimes depending on what chain of command you have and what you guys do, that can be a flaw that they don't need on their team. Did I say that correctly, guys? I was trying not to put nobody out. I didn't want to say if you were in 19 Field Artillery And you out there with the big guns.
You're gonna blow up everybody.
And you got mental health problems. They might not want you next to them. See, I didn't want to say, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I was trying to be general. Okay. Some people, okay. So, really? Question mark. Those doctors work for these big businesses. It gets back in some form or fashion. I don't know. I've never worked with the big businesses, so I don't know. I don't know how that goes. Because there's HIPAA.
Yeah.
Everybody got to follow HIPAA. Or you could be paying me.
Yeah. Run me that money.
There's a stigma.
There's definitely a stigma.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely a stigma. I remember when I said, when I told my mom that I was going to see a therapist. It was
my mama said something to me too. I was like, "You're the problem. You're the reason why I'm going to see them."
She said, "Don't be telling them.
Don't you be telling them our business. What happened in our house, stay in our house."
And then she said, "Oh, just don't tell nobody that you're going to see nobody." I said, "Okay, no problem. But I'm gonna get this help for myself, though."
But oftentimes, family members put so much on you, but you can't go to them. Like, how do you keep loading me with all this stuff? Who do I turn to when you've turned to me? Everybody's turned to me. Now, what do I do?
Yes.
Who do I give it to? They're like, you better go pray about it.
Oh, you know what? You just said something that just Billy just.
I saw. Everybody saw.
Listen, let me tell you something. First and foremost, I love God. I love Jesus. I love the Holy Spirit. I believe in prayer. I believe in all of that. But sometimes you need more than prayer.
I mean, but that's the reason why you have those professions like that. The people go to school to learn how to help people with their thought process.
Yes.
Even they have to sometimes go see people.
Yes. Yes.
Because if you have a whole bunch going on in your life, and then all you do for your profession is listen to what everybody else has going on, especially if they like psycho, like killer crazy, and you have to listen to how they done chopped up somebody, or have to listen to, when you have to listen, like, who do you purge to?
Yeah.
You have to have somebody. So let me go down here to the other office over here so I can get rid of all of this and give it to somebody else. Okay.
And you're right, though. Everything you're saying is so true.
David said he's cut plenty of family members off. You have to.
Yes.
Like, you have to keep them at a distance for your own mental health. Let's say it.
Yeah. It's sad, but that's real. It's real.
Why do you think we know everything going on with all these high-profile people? The information gets out. Because paparazzi follow them. That's how we know so much information.
And because they're famous.
TMZ is everywhere.
Yeah.
They're looking for people. They're looking for their next thousands of dollars shot photo.
And
like, they follow people at the airport. They follow them to go get ice cream. They follow them everywhere.
And then celebrities tell all their business.
I was getting ready to say, and then or if they don't, then they have somebody in their entourage that tells all their business.
Because if I can make 100,000, because I just slid them this picture or this little story of you that I know.
I take a picture of you over the toilet throwing up.
That's true. With
drugs all over the floor. I'm getting paid.
Yeah, that's a big story.
And I'm out. I don't need you no more. I got my money. I don't mind helping those that help themselves sometimes, but I will not go broke or crazy worrying about family that's too lazy or just ignorant to get up and grind for themselves. I know that's right. Carlos said, I've cut some of my family off for so long. Don't even think we're kin anymore. So do you think that you get bigger than the people that you're around or the people that you associated yourself with?
You're asking your husband?
I'm asking everybody.
Oh.
Like, do you outgrow the people that you're with?
Yes, most definitely.
That's basically what I asked. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think I asked
Okay.
it wrong.
Okay.
Do you outgrow your family members? You
Yeah.
outgrow your friends?
I think that, like, you know, that little saying that everybody is there for a season. And I think that that's what it is. That they were just there for that season.
Oh, he was probably typing the same time I was saying the outgrown part.
Oh yeah.
Because I think I asked the question. I don't even remember how I asked it. I said something about getting bigger or something. That's what I meant. Thank you guys. You're awesome. So does it play to your mental having to let people go? Does it weigh on you?
I think it improves your mental state, because there are a lot. Let me tell you, them husbands that I let go.
Here we go. Okay, go ahead and talk about it, because we have to talk about real situations in order to understand where everybody's coming from.
Yes, let me tell you, I don't care what nobody say. At this point in my life, even right now, I'm in my 40s. My mental health, I don't even play about it. Don't even play about it. And if there's anybody or anything that is sucking the life out of me and making me feel like I am dying on the inside, I'll cut them off quick.
Not mine. It's actually a form of decompressing. Decompressing what? Cutting people off? I'm going to bring Carlos on. Because I feel like for a moment after you've let someone go, you'll still it'll still linger. It's going to take time for you to completely let it go and move on.
Yeah.
But in between that time, you have to fill your life with other things that's going to keep you moving forward and not kind of dwelling on the person or people you had to let go.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that I don't talk to now that I used to talk to. And it's like, every now and then I wonder what so-and-so doing. No, but I'm not going to call them and find out, because last time we had a conversation, I was laid up on the couch or slain in the spirit. I don't know. So you have to be careful about letting people back in your life after you've let them go.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't do negativity. Letting people go is like relieving or releasing stress. Yeah. If people causing stress, please let them go.
Yeah.
Seasons. Their season has passed.
Yeah. And but you want to know something? I think that that's probably the hardest thing for people, is saying, okay, our season has come to an end and I have to let you go. It's like we have in our minds, we believe like, oh, I got to keep forgiving them. I got to keep loving them. And especially family, we will keep giving them 100 and 1,000 chances, and they keep doing the same thing over. And we believe that we have to continue to keep trying to foster that relationship because we share the same blood.
Well, you only get one time with me. I am so cutthroat. I do not play. Nope. One. Because I don't have to put up with it. I recognized that a long time ago, and I'm so thankful that I did. You did what? Cool. We don't even have to talk about it. We don't have to say a thing. I'm out.
Okay.
I'll see you at the family reunion. And we're going to laugh and joke at the family reunion because that's the only time we need to be together. We come back every other year to reconnect, but it's only with everybody else around. We can't have no one-on-ones because you're not going to have me all laid up in the hospital with stress and all kinds of stuff.
You know what I'm going to tell you, right? You know what Damien said?
Nope. I don't need counseling. The counselor is going to tell me that people are there for seasons. Do not allow them to bring stress to your life. That's
agree.
crazy.
I agree, but it's like,
And Damien need counseling himself. That's what I wanted to tell him.
I agree, but you.
Well, hold on. Let me read what Carlos said before he get on me. Negativity and stress has a way of fueling someone who is already struggling from mental issues. Exactly. I know I get paid for my PTSD. Ain't no need for me to allow nobody to stress me out. So for she go forward, what she getting ready to say? Huh, honey, you hear me? Come on, say it again, Carlos Bernard Lewis. David Bernard Grayson. Okay, David says, I've had family members stop talking to me because I didn't lend or give them money. So petty. When I saw them on Facebook, they were partying, etc., but want me to give them money. Nah, player, I'm not the one. I grind and sacrifice for mine, so I have no feelings for you if you don't. Deuces. Deuces too.
Two. I swear, when I sing deuces, I was thinking two.
David said you got jokes. Sorry, since I had to say Carlos, I figured I'd say yours too. Okay. All right. Well, let's get back on track. You was getting ready to say something about me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I understand that you're saying, you only have one chance. Okay, but
I take that back. You may have more than one, depending on the situation. The circumstance will dictate. If I'm just over it, I'm over it, and that's pretty much it. It could be 10 chances, but when I'm fed up, what R. Kelly say?
We can't talk about R. Kelly.
I can't talk about R. Kelly. Carlos says I'm like the Incredible Hulk. You all like me if I'm angry. I know that's right. I don't get angry. I get upset, but I don't really be angry. The only person get me angry is Carlos and them boys.
They don't know ones.
But it's more so the reason for that is because I'm married to him. So there's a bigger responsibility that falls on him.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
For our happiness.
Yeah.
And same thing with the children. I raised you.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to slap me in my face. So you have to keep yourself together with everybody else because you already know that your husband or your wife and your children will try you.
Always. So let's look at these 10 common warning.
Yeah, put your glasses on.
10 common warning signs of mental health. Okay, so some of the warning signs is excessive worrying or fear, feeling excessively sad or low, confused thinking or problems concentrating and learning, extreme mood changes, including uncontrollable highs or feelings of euphoria. And to me, when you see it, when I'm just reading all of this, to me, that's like, it sounds like, but now it sounds like drugs too. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's why I think that it doesn't get noticed because people automatically think you're high.
But that was one of the first things that you said.
Yeah. That's
like automatically people think you're drunk or you on drugs.
Yeah.
Or something is causing you to not act normal.
Yeah.
But that's your normal way of acting because you're a little touched. Read, girl, read. You was on number 3 or 4, right?
Avoiding friends and social activities, difficulties understanding or relating to other people.
Can we go back to the friends and social?
Avoiding friends and social activities.
Okay, so David was talking about your social circle. So when you find someone not coming around, not doing this, not doing that, it should be an automatic thing that goes off saying something is wrong, correct?
Yeah.
So what do you do when you see that? when you know somebody is doing something different.
Listen, I really believe people always seem that I act real white, okay? Because I told my listen, so I believe that you do interventions. If I saw that something was going on with you, I'm gonna go to Carlos and I'm gonna say, look, I know you live with Toya, and I know that if I'm seeing this, I know you've got to be seeing this. These are the things that I'm seeing. I really think that, there's something going on. And then, of course, we would all talk about it, and then we do an intervention and just let you know that we are loved, you're cared about, and we're here for you. That's what I would do, because I think that if you see something going on with me, I need you to do an intervention. I'm telling you, do an intervention. And
Okay.
I'll go to counseling. Okay.
Well, let me read what Carlos said. Carlos said, "You're actually describing me before I went to get help, the help that I needed."
Oh wow.
Nothing a little headlock won't fix.
See there? That's why you just
He knows I'm playing. He knows. Y'all know I got the kid trying to make light of stuff.
I know it, but see, look, let me tell you. That's what other people be saying. They fucking, you just need your
Well,
yeah
arse.
You need your arse whooped.
Yeah.
No, it's more than that. Okay. So look at here. Woo. Okay. Difficulties understanding or relating to other people, changes in sleeping habits, or feeling tired and low energy. Wow. Okay.
Oh, wait. I had something else I was thinking about too. Can you go back up to the one that said something about concentrating and all that? I think it was like the third or fourth one.
Confused thinking or problems concentrating and learning.
Okay. So for everyone who's gone to school, I know I ask you, do you struggle in this department?
Oh.
They ask that question for that reason, because if you do, then they try to work with you, especially when it comes to taking tests. I need to start telling these people that I have problems so I can get extra time on my tests.
And then think about how like we have this big thing of ADHD kids. Is it ADHD or ADD?
Both.
AD? Okay. We have all these kids, and a lot of it they say is because of our diet and what we put inside of our bodies and stuff. So I don't know, just that whole confused thinking, problems concentrating and learning. I think a lot of that could be mental health, and it's being pushed off as that, oh, they just bad.
Right.
Some bad kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It says changing in eating habits, such as increased hunger, a lack of appetite. Oh man, never mind.
Don't you start. Don't you start. Don't you start.
I feel that was wrong. No.
I'm not doing this with her tonight.
Okay, this next one is a big one.
Okay.
Changes in sex drive.
It's a mental problem.
It sure is.
I would see that.
Yeah.
First of all, you have to be mentally there to want to even have sex.
I agree.
So yeah, I can believe that. I'll accept that.
Yeah. And just think about it. It's all mental.
Right. Because but that's just like not being attracted to somebody.
Yeah.
Go, keep reading. I'm not going to go here with you. I'm not going here with you tonight.
Because I was going to say, well, for a woman, never mind.
Please say.
It is. It's definitely a mental issue, even with sex for a man or a woman.
That's exactly what it is. Loss of creative organ.
Yes. And I think that it's definitely right. Oh
Lord. You want me to go ahead and read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Carlos says, I don't like group counseling or interventions because of a lot of times people tend to try to fix your problems with either what they've heard or went through. Also, I tend to take over other people's burdens.
No, for me, a true but see, that's what
that's what the
true
VA calls it,
intervention.
David.
Yeah, but a true intervention is not you sitting there listening.
With everybody else. That's just group counseling,
Yeah,
group therapy.
an intervention is saying, hey, we see something is going on. We can't help you, but we need to get you to somebody that can help you. Now, y'all sitting around together talking about, well, you know, when I went through, I understand what you're going through because I went through this right here. Okay, no.
That's not gonna work on no level.
Yeah. No. At that, if
you're trying to get help.
Yeah, with mental health, you're way beyond all of that. There ain't nobody that you need real help with people that have a degree in helping you. And I think that, yeah.
And the first thing you cannot allow them to do is give you drugs.
Yeah. But no.
Every time is not a drug thing. Sometimes it's just a matter of talking things out.
Yeah.
Understanding, like, depending on that's what I'm saying. Depending on what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's not,
sorry.
I'm not sleeping. So you gonna give me drugs for me to do what? Go to sleep? You're not solving the problem. Because I'm not sleeping because of something.
Put a Band-Aid on it.
Right. Let's get to what it is that's causing me to be up.
Yeah.
I'm worried. What are you worried about? I'm worried about this. I'm worried about that. Okay, well, if finances is what you're worried about, well, let me get you into see a financial person to help you get da 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 da. Once you better understand your finances, then you might be sleeping a little easier.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Don't think that every situation requires drugs. Some situations just require someone who can help you, life coaching.
And then some of it requires you changing your diet.
Exactly.
You're right. You're so right.
I know.
So yeah, I said changes in sex drive, but that to me, that's a big one. Difficulty perceiving.
That's a big one for anybody over 40. I don't care what nobody say. It's a big one for it. I don't know the Graysons now.
But my thing is,
David says the gym is his drug. Oh wait, hold on. I don't want to pass over Carlos' comment. I was about to. Carlos said, "Come on, Marsha. Black people don't do interventions. We're going to do everything in our power to fix the problem or pray about it. Let's be real."
That's what I'm saying. We're not praying about it. I'm not. If I see something wrong, we're not. I'm not going to say, you know, I think we should pray. No, we need to get.
We're going to pray
help.
that you get the help that you need.
Yes, and that's why I'm half Black.
Okay. David says the gym is his drug of choice. He finds peace and solace in the gym.
Let me tell you, I want that.
Do some doggone PT. That's all they need to do
right now. Bluebell and
you crave it? Are you craving ice cream?
Oh, chocolate, everything. That's my drug. But okay. So
where are we at?
Difficulty perceiving reality, delusions, or hallucinations in which a person experiences and senses things that don't exist in objective reality.
Okay, stop right now. So this is what I thought of as you were reading that.
What?
You know, I just said about the drugs. Don't let that be the first thing that they do. Because drugs can also lead to that. All these hallucinations. You weren't hallucinating before. Now you're hallucinating? Well, what you changed? You gave me drugs.
Yeah.
Carlos, remember when you took my drugs?
y'all gonna go to jail. Deny.
I was so mad. That was over 10 years ago. But that jump was funny. Oh, there you go. Taking people's stuff, thinking it's gonna do the same thing for you. No, buddy. You can be in there hallucinating and everything else. Okay. David says, we used to have a makeshift gym in Iraq and Afghanistan. When we came back from mission, we would hit the weights and it would help us cope with the stressors of the mission. That ritual still helps me with any issues, stressors today.
Oh, I'm telling you.
A lot of people say that though.
Yeah.
It's that working out, it releases something.
And it is true. When I used to,
Endorphins.
yeah, when I used to work out, I used to feel so free. When I go to the gym and work out, I used to feel so good afterwards. But going, I'm like, oh Lord, I don't want to go. But afterwards, I would feel so amazing. I need to go to the gym. That's exactly what I need to do. Okay, so inability. Okay, yeah, overuse of substances like alcohol or drugs. Multiple physical ailments without obvious causes such as headaches, stomach aches, vague and ongoing
Whoa.
aches and pains.
Start that sentence over. And David, he confirmed endorphins is what's released.
Mm-hmm.
It balances our testosterone and hormones.
All lifting weights and stuff. Okay. Well, never mind. Inability. What did I say?
Inability to do something.
Inability to perceive changes in one's own feelings, behavior, or personality. Lack of insight, or I don't know.
Because you're not self-aware. If you're not self-aware, you're not going to notice the change. That's why it takes having people who love you to tell you what's going on with you. Because just like a drug addict, they don't think that they addicted. But I know I ain't got no TV. I ain't got no games. I ain't got no nothing.
Damn.
I
Where's the good Reverend Doctor's TV?
I smoked it.
Oh Lord, we need to stop. My bad, y'all. Oh.
Okay, keep it moving. Be self-aware.
Yes, but if you're having that issue, like you just said, it's hard to be self-aware. So it falls on your family and your friends,
the people who love you.
Yes.
So if you love somebody and you see these things, you better doggone help them.
And that's the thing. A lot of times we turn a blind eye. We're like, shoot, I ain't gonna get in that.
They ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yes.
It has something to do with everybody. If we don't take care of one another, then who's gonna take care of us?
And this all goes back to what we talked about a few weeks ago: the Whitney Houstons, the Michael Jacksons, the Princes. It goes back to all of that.
All the yes people around.
Yes, and you got to have some people that say, "Look."
Even Bobby Christina and Bobby Brown Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Mm-hmm. But you have people that want to turn a blind eye.
I also play Madden and laugh out loud. It helps me. I have smashed a few controllers though.
Oh, he's that type of player.
Okay.
Okay. So, but no, what we were saying is that you have to sometimes take responsibility of somebody else's responsibility
and give them the tough love that they need to come through whatever it is that they're going through.
And love them through the process. That's like my favorite word to always say. My favorite phrase is loving someone through the process. And sometimes when trying to love someone through the process, it hurts so bad. You get hurt, you get punched, you get kicked. I'm talking about emotionally.
So that goes back to when I was talking about, taking on other people's problems and issues and everybody just laying stuff on you. You also have to be aware of that and seek help yourself.
Yes. I completely agree with that. Okay. So,
what else we got?
Thinking about suicide, inability to carry out daily activities or handle daily problems and stress.
David said playing spades with the Lewis has always helped me cope as well. What? We no longer live by the African analogy. It takes a village to raise a child.
That's a lie. Because Marshall, but you know something? He is telling the truth. Now he is so true. Everybody, don't touch my child. Don't say nothing to my kid. Don't do that. You're right.
I think that also goes into the fact that before it used to be your uncle, your aunt, the neighbor down the street, and they were all of like a 50 years or more, 40 or more.
Yeah.
And then the kids were little kids.
Yeah.
And they would respect their elders.
Yeah.
But now we have 16, 17-year-olds having babies, and
Grandma
and grandma is 30. You know what I'm saying?
Grandma 30.
So
Grandma
and all
28.
her friends. So they're looking at them like, you want to live a few years? No, don't you just be?
Yeah.
And everybody doesn't know how to discipline correctly.
Yeah.
People sometimes discipline from a bad place.
And that,
It has to come from a good place.
yeah.
So your village has to be a good, strong village.
And I look at that now because, like, all of us come from the country. We are raising Gianna together, and she can get it from everybody. And if y'all discipline her, that's one thing. Someone asked me about, oh, well, do they discipline Gianna? I said, oh yeah, yes, they discipline Gianna.
That's what you want to call it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that what they was asking, do I allow y'all to discipline her? Most definitely. They're not going to hurt her. They love her. So they're going to discipline her with love. That's my village.
Yeah. But that's what I was saying.
Mhm.
A lot of times it doesn't come from a good place.
So true.
So it makes it harder if you're abusing my child for me to just allow you to just continuously abuse my child. Now, before, if somebody beat me with a spoon, I just got beat with the spoon. Now, if somebody beating a baby with a spoon, somebody call it, because you leaving all kinds of, like, what society are we living in where you barbarian? Keita said playing spades with the Lewises made me seek counseling.
Dang.
I bet it did.
No, play spades good.
We had played spades.
Oh,
my God, the
we
Hardys beat the heck out of us a couple weeks ago. I was like, okay, we can't let them leave this house and we don't win no game. Y'all cannot go. Sit back down. We was just not catching hands. But anywho.
Okay, so the last two: inability to carry out daily activities or handle daily problems and stress, an intense fear of weight gain or concern with appearance.
Okay, let's go back to the one prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
Inability to carry out
daily activities.
So that's the reason why Britney Spears got that what is it, conservative, whatever it's called, where her dad is responsible for all her stuff, and now she's trying to get it reversed and all this and all that. When she lost her mind
and shaved all of her off,
and then what she did to where she felt like she couldn't carry out her regular task on a daily basis. This is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be careful of when things are going on in your life. What you don't need is not being able to get to your money when you need to.
Okay, but just think about it. You want to think about trust. You would think that you could trust your own parents. You know what I'm saying? So I get that why she did it.
Okay, yeah, she felt like she could trust them then, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to think about it. She and her sister were teenagers, and I don't even think Jamie she was younger.
Yeah,
she was even younger when she was on TV and whatnot.
Yeah.
So when growing up and you're a teenager and making all of this money, it's different. And then you become an adult and you feel like you still have those same parents that was there for you regardless. But now they're money hungry because he gets paid like $16,000 a month to be her conservative. Yeah. Whatever that dang gone word is. Y'all tell me. I don't know, because y'all know I be messing up some words or making my own word.
No, you're right. Conservatorship or something like that.
Okay. Carla said we had that back then, young parents. The issue is we as a people have become so self-centered that we cannot see outside of our own issues. You know what? You're right. Because I didn't even realize, like, my mama and her twins, they're the same age. Although my aunt had my cousin before my mom had me, like they were all the same age and they were young. They were teenagers when they had us.
Mm-hmm.
And her sisters were like everybody was teenagers when they had babies. But being a little person, we don't see them as little people or young people. We see them as grown because they big and tall and standing over us and scaring the bejesus out of us. Just saying. So you're right. They were young. They were young back then. It's just we looked at them differently.
Yeah.
Kids today don't look at adults with the same eyes.
Mm-mm. No, who you think you are? Yeah.
You ain't my mama.
Yeah. Now, this last piece to me is super, super important. It says mental health conditions can also begin to develop in young children because they're still learning how to identify and talk about thoughts and emotions. Their most obvious symptoms are behavioral. Symptoms in children may include the following. Like I said, this is really, really important. Changes in school performance, excessive worry or anxiety, for instance, fighting to avoid bed or school, hyperactive behavior, frequent nightmares, frequent disobedience or aggression, frequent temper tantrums.
And they just be like, you need to beat that child.
Yes.
That child bad. No, that child is going through something. You just need to figure out what it is. And like you said, they can't really express themselves because they don't know the words that you know.
Yeah.
They don't know that, because some of them are being bullied at school.
Yeah. I think the saddest thing that I heard was during the whole pandemic and stuff. These kids they started doing a lot of more cyberbullying, and then that 11-year-old, he was either 10 or 11, who committed suicide because people kept saying that he was ugly or he was this or he was that or whatever, and his parents was like, we never saw the signs, but you didn't see the signs, but this baby is spending more time in this room.
Okay, but with the pandemic, a lot of kids were in their room doing school.
Yeah, but if you see that they're more withdrawing from you, and it was, well, I just figured, he going through. No, he's 10 or 11, and a lot of times. Now, let me tell you something. A lot of times, parents will say, "Oh, they're just going through that stage. They're just going through that phase, especially that phase of middle school going into high school. Because
they don't want to really be bothered with you anyway." Listen, I've had several different teenagers in my house. And they all just stay in their room.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're down here. You don't want to come hang out? I'm tired. I'm going to just go to sleep. But you up there on TikTok or whatever else. You just don't want to be bothered with us. I mean, and it happens. I just feel like there will be times where you'll get to just walk in the room and just have conversation.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what it takes. Sometimes you got to invade their privacy to where you're seeing exactly what's going on with them.
My mom she gonna have fit. But so when I was 14, my best friend died. And the only thing that I remember everybody telling me was that you need to just pray about it. God will get you through it. And at 14 years old, I could not comprehend God helping me through anything. All I knew is that one of my best friends was dead. That we were on the bus coming from Dallas from Six Flags, and she's dead now. And I didn't get the help that I needed then. And I almost had mental issue. I started going down. I started having some mental issues, but I ended up getting some help when I got around. I think it was 21, 22. Right after I had Janiyah, I got some help because I was very, very suicidal. So from 14 until I had to be like 23, 24 because Janiyah was 2. And I was really very, very suicidal, but I had to go and get help because I was going to end up and kill her and me. And that was like the hardest thing. I couldn't talk. I would go and try and talk to people in church, and everybody was always just pray about it. That's why I'm definitely I pray, but I am against people just saying just pray about it. There has to be more.
Okay, Carlos says, I think that social media has diluted our values and beliefs amongst these younger generations and is a big benefactor of the mental health problems as well. Social media is the devil.
No, it's not.
No. People use it for bad.
Yeah. And it's
just like the media, period.
Yeah.
News is like, it's not this much politics going on in the world for that to be the top story every day.
Yeah.
That's the breaking news all the time. All these people dying over in India. But the top story is Gates. I don't understand.
Yeah.
So, I mean, social media is misleading.
Yeah. And I think that the media is like the biggest enemy to the Black community, because we always get painted as ignorant animals, and that's why the police. Yeah, that's why the police fear us. That's why white people fear us. That's why all races fear us, because of how we allow ourselves to be portrayed in the media and how the media portrays us. Like I watch reality TV, but I watch it not that much. I'll go back and I'll binge watch, and then I just won't watch it for a couple of
Atlanta
years.
Housewives get all my attention.
and I just feel like we sometimes do a disservice to our own selves, because we allow the media to portray us as these evil people. I'll just think about it. If something happens, they don't go and get the person that's articulate to talk. They go and get the person. They go, ain't nobody got time for that. You know,
hide your kids, hide your wife.
You want to pick her, but there was a brother or sister over there that was like sitting there looking like Malcolm X.
No, we don't want that one.
We don't want that one.
We want the one that did not do their hair, that's missing 6 teeth.
Yes.
Got stuff in their eyes.
And that's the one we want to talk to and put on the media, because that's who they look for, because they think they'll go viral. It'll be a big thing. I like media, but I can't stand the media. I hate the way that Black people are portrayed in the media.
Yeah. Okay. So we're at an hour, 7 minutes. Okay. We need our own news platform. Bill Cosby, Tyler Perry, and Oprah have all tried, and the government has blocked it because they want to control the narrative.
Yeah, I get it. But also with Tyler Perry and the rest of them, sometimes we got to be a little bit more conscious. Tyler Perry throws in a dread. Yeah, I'm going to stop. I love Tyler Perry, and I love some of his movies. I love Medea and stuff. But I do think
Tyler Perry's not the only one who's thrown on a dress now.
Yeah, it's a bunch of them. Our men, the way that our men are always portrayed, you never see strong. You ain't seen a good father figure since the Cosbys, okay? And then they just have completely try to wipe that away. But I don't care how much they try to wipe it away. He was a doctor. Claire was a lawyer. You don't see that anymore. Now you see dysfunction, because they didn't want to see us with that much power.
They wanted to see us at Sanford and Son.
Exactly. Or Good Times.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yes.
Like
so, Jesus. And we allow it.
I mean, we had was it Family Matters? They tried to show, wholesome family. He's a cop. I don't remember what she did. And then taking in the mother and the aunt, and
you're right. We did have.
So we had that. Mm-hmm. We also had Rock, the garbage man.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's few and far in between.
But even with like on Family Matters, her job, she was an elevator. She was the person that when you get on, so
To
the
go up and down.
yes.
Oh. Oh, okay.
She originally came from another show. It was a spinoff from a white show,
Hmm.
and she was an elevator person. But I'm talking about strong. A doctor and a lawyer, you're not gonna get nothing stronger than that.
We saw a live version in the highest position in the world.
You know what? You're definitely right. You're definitely right. We did see a black man and black woman in there, and when they go high, when they go low, we go high. You know, and we saw that. But what I'm saying
I
is
don't know
that
who this we is. I don't know what this French is that they were speaking, but I go low too.
when they go low, we go high, Toya.
Y'all go high.
But yeah, my thing is that, but just really,
Okay, well, listen, because he's talking about the highest person. I can't remember what post it was, but someone posted a picture of Barack Obama and Michelle with the baby. Michelle was changing the baby on the floor, and he was sitting on the floor. It was a nice picture of this is where they were and you know where they went. People took that doggone picture and were saying the worst stuff about, oh well, look what he did to the country. That wasn't even the point of the picture.
but my thing is, it also look at how many people, look how many families we named. We basically can put them all on our fingers. That's sad.
I mean, if we were to sit down all together, we can
Okay,
come up
our
with a good
toes.
50.
Our toes too. Our fingers and
between
our toes.
all 362 of us.
No.
Probably 65 now. I'm pretty sure y'all sent people out to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed yourself,
Yeah.
and share the Black Wealth Ambassadors group so we can get more members.
Yes. More, and we want to, like I said, we're trying to do things to do our part in, like I said, edifying our community, building it up, not tearing it down, doing our part. We laugh a lot, we have a good time, but we want everybody to see that balance. We talk about um real life issues, but we also have a really good time. And I think that's what you have to be able to do, is laugh through some of the pain.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a whole hour. I'm hungry. And so
We don't want her
time
to
to
be
go.
hungry.
Time to go. No.
Time to go. She's been on this Color Purple thing for about 2 weeks now. I don't know what's wrong with her. But anyway, so thank you guys for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate all the support that you guys give. Reach one, teach one.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Good job, Carlos.
So again, tell them again. They can go to YouTube.
YouTube. Send your people over to YouTube. You can actually go to YouTube and share some of these live broadcasts to your Facebook page. YouTube, let's talk about it with Etoya and Marsha.
And then Mondays we have
Motivational
Mondays and Marketing Mondays. We also have Tipsy
Taco Tuesdays.
We also have Marriage Matters on Wednesday. We have our 15 minutes of fame. Oh, if you are a business owner, we want you to make sure, well, I'll put it out there later on, but we want to get all our business owners that so we can do that 15 minutes of fame. So Keto, we need you to get on there so we can. I got a couple people, but anyway, what's next?
That's Thursday. Let's talk about it. Friday is Financial Fridays. Mm-hmm. What else we got going on Friday? Is it just Financial Friday?
No, and so I am looking to do, it's called Black Fridays. And I am looking for real estate, people that deal with real estate, people that know about stock markets. If you know any of these people and they want to volunteer some of their knowledge on Fridays, we would love to have them. The thing is that me and Toya, we can't do everything. It's going to take a group effort to be able to do all of this. So we are looking for people that can help our people learn how to trade these stocks. I keep talking about Dogecoin and all this type of stuff. We need to know about this. One of our members, she just bought her first real estate property. We need to know about this. We need to be able to own real estate, own
And
our own
shine
houses.
lights on things like this.
Yes. So if you have a talent or something that you have that you can offer to this group, to our community, to our people, do it. Reach out to us. I'm not going to say no. I promise you I'm not. All right.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you again, and we hope that you tune in next week for another episode of
Let's Talk About It.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.